Dreams Podcast. Period. Period.
Hey, it's Donnie, and you are now listening to the Juicy Dreams podcast. So, this episode is very messy. The last episode was very sad. And now it's time to be messy. um, Nicki Minaj will not be going to jail. I'm a little bit late on this story, so I'm pretty sure y'all already knew that she wasn't going to jail, but she's being sued by her manager, old manager, for slapping him in the face. Now, I kind of remember the story. Basically, it was like she slapped him in the face. He sent somebody else to get the medicine, and it was his job to do. So she was mad about that. But I'm going to read it from Power 107 website because that way I'll be actually citing a real source. So look at this picture. It's super cute. This was her at the Pink Friday 2 tour. So it says that Brandon Garrett is the one who's suing her. She went into an egregious physical episode towards him in Detroit back in April 2024. This is what he's alleging. Um, it was because of an errand for her personal prescriptions. Garrett stated that Minaj struck him so hard that his hat flew off. Garrett also claims that documents knocked out of his hand as he was surrounded by her security. He explained that he was fearful of his safety as Minaj compromised him that his life, no, as she promised him that his life was over. Now, this is all stuff that I could hear Nicki saying. He's saying that Nicki said, "Are you fucking crazy? Having him pick up my prescription? Have you lost your fucking mind? And if my husband was here, he would knock your fucking teeth. You're a dead man walking. You just up your whole life. And you will never be anyone. I'll make sure of it." So it just gives you now the typical mean Nicki type of tone. And I'm not surprised, but would I be wrong to say I like it? um, Let me read a little bit more. Oh, that's all they got. Okay, so let me read this last little piece. Garrett proceeds to sue her for assault, battery, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. According to TMZ, Minaj's lawyer commented that this is a frivolous lawsuit and a false lawsuit. All of the allegations are false, and they say, "Will the queen get out of this conviction thing?" I mean, I don't really feel like she in any real trouble, and if he can't prove that she smacked them, then I feel like he's wasting everybody's time. Like, do you have any pictures? And then I doubt that the smack really did any real damage. So it's just like, what are we really going to do here with these accusations and allegations? I mean, like, it's boring. Like, I feel like well, let me not say that because I might contradict myself for what I got later on in the episode. Let me shut it up. But I am very glad that Nicki's not going to jail. And this lawsuit seems pretty weird. I mean, if she slapped you, why are we just now? Did it really take y'all 6 months to pull together, over 6 months to pull together a lawsuit? When she slapped you, you should have been suing her ass the next day. You should have called the cops on her ass. I mean, I don't know what you should have did. You should have did something because I feel like people are liable to not believe you. And then it wasn't really any true serious harm, even though it was very wrong if it happened. There is no real serious harm, so it's just like, can we really hold her? What can we really do if we can't even prove this lady might have potentially smacked you across your face? Anyways, let me get into Megan versus Emilio Coochie. Now, Emilio Coochie was Megan Thee Stallion's photographer for a period in time, and what ended up happening was he's a legend that they were in the car and Megan proceeded to perform fellatio on some of the women that was in the back seat while he was in the back seat with them riding. His story was that he didn't want to. He didn't enjoy it. He didn't like it, and he felt violated by the whole thing, the whole debacle. So, A lawsuit has been filed. So this is what came out about the lawsuit that I found pretty interesting. They're saying that in the Emilio Garcia versus Megan Thee Stallion and Rock Nation case, they're being accused of using Megan's LLC as a shell corporation. Further, upon information in disbelief, oh no, is it disbelief? Child, these lashes tear me up. Further, upon information and belief, some or all of the defendant entities are mere shell and sham entities without capital or assets. So, I should ask Chat GPT, but if I'm using my common sense and inferring from what I read, it pretty much gives that he's trying to sue Megan, but he can't even really sue Megan the way he wants to because when he goes to add all of these corporations, that's why he added every single thing she ever touched. He wanted to sue Rock Nation and 1501 and everybody. He wanted to sue everybody. He wanted to sue her mama, rest in peace. He wanted to sue everybody because he felt like some of these companies is for you to try to escape any type of legal responsibility or repercussion. So now I gotta sue everything you ever touched and everything you've ever known to make sure that it stick like glue. But the problem with it is his case is something sort of like a sexual assault case. But does it really hold any real weight if nobody can corroborate this story as well? It's kind of like the guy who got slapped by Nicki. It's kind of just like allegedly. Can you prove it? Can you show us, some bruises and show us that this was the day of that you said you got slapped and you were on the tour? And can you show us that you was in the car? And of course, you can't show us that anything sexual happened, but like, can you show us any conversations, anything like that? Because if you can't, it'll just be up to the people to decide whether or not they want to believe you. And some people won't really even care because they feel like, oh, if they were doing lesbian things in the back seat, why didn't you like it? But this is a gay man that we're speaking about. So, of course, he wouldn't want for people to just start pulling their pussy out and just start doing all kind of stuff. I think that this is something that I'll watch. I think Megan likes to sue. Megan likes to cry and complain and file and amend and drag people to court and, all of these other things that she got going on when it comes to the court system. So why wouldn't I want to see what happens when somebody decides to sue her ass? I mean, when the shoe's on the other foot, like, what happens when she gets sued? Interesting. So I had Ice Spice on here, and the question that I had was, did the ice melt? But I'm so sick of her that I don't even think I want to talk about her. Like, maybe she's done. Maybe it's Maybelline. Because I feel like what is I'm gonna keep spinning her for? Keep acting like we care. We don't care. Nobody cares. I think the last time that I really did pay her some mind was, what was it? I don't know if it was Delhi. I'm still shaking ass in the Delhi. When was the last time that I was paying attention to Ice Spice? I think it was Delhi. I'm gonna go ahead and say the ice melted. We know what she did to ruin her career. It was pretty much beefing with Nicki, getting exposed by her ex best friend, beefing with Cleo Trapper, getting exposed talking stuff about Doechii in the messages. It's just like every little single morsel of a bridge you had got burnt. And every single fiber of that ice has melted. Um, every morsel. Anyway, Lord Jesus. Oh, Lord. Beyonce was supposed to do an announcement. Let me show y'all this. Do I have this on here? I'm gonna go to her page too. I should have left it up. I had it up, but that wasn't what I was looking for. But now I want to show y'all that too, so I'm gonna pull that up too. Beyonce is that girl, and everybody was waiting for her to say something today. Oh no, that was yesterday. She was supposed to say something yesterday. She didn't. So this was the original post. Hold on, y'all. Let me show you. So that was it, right? So obviously we was waiting for her to say something yesterday. Well, because of the LA fires, Beyonce then postponed the damn announcement. How you gonna push back an announcement? Now you ain't even gonna say nothing. So I will acknowledge the fact that matter of fact, nah, I ain't before I acknowledge some shit, let me say that I'm pissed off. The fuck? Alright. I guess I gotta be real and acknowledge the fact that Beyonce did donate $2.5 million to the California fire something like a rescue organization in California to help with, the people who have been displaced, etc. So I need to get a clap. Do I have a clap sound? Let me find a clap sound. I need that because we gonna need to. We need to be just as positive as we are negative. When I do, you know what I mean. Let's stay. Hold on. Oh no, that's not the kind of clap I was looking for. Hold on. So she can't get no clap, but she did donate, and she pushed back the announcement. So now we really don't know what the announcement was about. We didn't really know to begin with, but we're still all in the air. If it was the tour, if it was Act Three, if it was, who knows what it could be. They're saying that she got caught up, and that it's supposed to be a performance somewhere at Soldier Field in September. So that would be interesting to see if that's what the announcement turns out to be. But for now, I think everybody's playing it smart PR wise, and Beyonce definitely knows how to play the game. So, yeah, I thought that I had her statement pulled up, but here we go. Found it. So, January 14th announcement will be postponed to a later date due to the devastation caused by the ongoing wildfires around areas of Los Angeles. I continue to pray for healing and rebuilding for the families suffering from trauma and loss. We are so blessed to have brave first responders who continue to work tirelessly to protect the Los Angeles community. To join our efforts in supporting those impacted, please visit Be Good. Love B. And we do love B. I do. Ooh. Shout out to Kills. All right, hold on. I'm giving away my next topic. Let me close that out. Close that out. So, Drake is in his battle with UMG. And I mean, and with the dog, pray for you niggas. Hey, all I know is how you gonna go against how you gonna bite the hand that feeds you? I just really don't know how well this gonna go for him, and I really do not care because it's a messier story that I really want to get into about this man. But when why are you suing after the loss of a rap beef? It's just very very hard for the culture to rally behind this foolishness. If had the lawsuit had been drafted and prepared in 2022, and we come to find out that before he got dragged all through the mud, gravel, and grass, that he already had planned to sue, then I think that will feel differently. But as of right now, it gives you lost the battle. You got hit up when he dropped like that. You got hit up when he dropped Euphoria. You got hit up when he dropped, what was it? 316 in LA or something like that. Whatever time it was in LA, that was the time that he had hit you up. And then he proceeded to drop a couple more diss tracks. And then he dissed you on the track with SZA. So to sue after this devastating loss, it gives sore loser, damn it. Now I know that you really don't want to hear it, but it's the truth. And I mean, so I don't even want to drag you too long about it because that's just my opinion, and I really hope that you don't lose because that'll be double homicide. And you don't want that, do you? You don't want that, do ya? Why would you? Why you keep picking fights that you don't end up winning? So he lied to Academics. He lied about his image. He lied about his. Anybody who know Kendrick Lamar, this is know what song. What song did that come from? That's the one that I hate. That's the one that got that creepy ass background. What's that song called, y'all? It was the Kendrick Lamar disc. The creepy sounding one. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna tell y'all which one it's called. I want to play a clip so bad, but I'm gonna just sing it because if I play a clip, they're gonna copyright strike me. So I'm gonna sing it myself, live version. But that's the good thing about me. I could do that. Okay. Stop playing with me. I'm giving y'all some. Oh, this. Okay, so Meet the Grams. Then he hit you up with Meet the Grams. Let me sing it. Look, I'm singing it. Hold on. Where's the lyrics? Okay, here we go. How? Hold on, I'm gonna be so embarrassed because I really might not really fully know how it go, y'all. And I'm being petty because this was not a part of my outline, but I do like this particular part. You lied about your. You lied about your. Lied on your dead mama. Oh my God, y'all. Take that back. Take that back. Delete that. Delete that. Okay, here it go. You lied about religious views. You lied about your surgery. You lied about your accent, your past tense, all perjury. You lied about your ghostwriters. Lied about your crew members. They all pussy. You lied on them, and I know they got you in them. You lied about your son. You lied about your daughter. You lied about them other kids that's out there hoping that you come. You lied about the only artist that could offer you some help. A rap battle. This a lifelong battle with yourself. Nigga. Bomb! The reason why Drake irks me is because you lied about your. I'm tired of him playing games like this. Like, he gives me like bougie, like Mean Girl, but like light skinned nigga complex, aka white nigga complex. Like, oh, white nigga. Did I just come up with something new? Oh no, man. I don't want to keep dragging Drake because I don't want to make an enemy out of him, but I gotta tell the truth, and the truth be told, this man looking crazy as shit out here in these streets right now. You lying to somebody who really celebrates you so bad. Like, I could get over all of the other stuff. They was gonna claim you about that anyway. They was gonna do that anyway. But the people that actually rock with you, you should be considering those relationships valuable in a time when everybody turned their back on you. Academics ain't never turned his back on you, and then you sat up there and lied to him because you felt like what the messages was messy, and you didn't want us to believe that it was true. You wanted to be messy, and you wanted to get away with being messy. You didn't want to suffer the consequences that come with being messy. You thought that when that nigga put the messages out that you wasn't gonna have to own up to what the messages was until he screen recorded the shit and showed us that no, baby, this is not edited. So now it gives you set Academics up to lie to us. He's lost credibility, all because he really had your back. But you knew he was going to do that though, so you set him up. You look crazy for doing that, and then I don't really like that because it's like he damn near like a fan page. How you going to backdoor your own fan page? Stupid shit. Like, oh my, like, so it's hard for me to explain exactly how Drake got exposed and LeBron got wrapped into this whole big thing and Academics got in trouble, and it's hard to wrap this whole ordeal up without going to the very beginning. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that, and when I get back to that one part, then I'll explain the whole story. But just know Drake has been lying. And to the wrong people, the worst people to lie to, the people who actually want to help you. You know, they want to see you not get dragged all along the internet, and but you think that you can outsmart The internet? You think that you can actually outsmart these people out here that don't? You think that you smart, nigga, and you's a dumb nigga. That's the problem. Let me move on, and I'll get back to that in a second. We're gonna get into um. Oh shit! I guess I'm going backwards a little bit. All right. Well, let me start from. I'm gonna start from the top then. So, Drake got exposed by the man named Chris Blake Griffith. Chris Blake Griffith had an altercation with Stefon Diggs, who's a NFL player. When he had this altercation, it had something to do with actual assault, and he wanted for Drake to basically corroborate this story about what had happened to him because he had some sort of evidence or some sort of um, know-how about the situation. And so Drake declined, and when he declined, I guess he kind of forced Chris Blake Griffith's hand to post the messages and post what little of evidence he had, which basically was a conversation um, about it, about what happened. So when the messages came out, Drake told Akademiks that the messages were false. The man, Chris Blake Griffith, proceeds to post a screen recording of the messages, letting us know, oh, this is not edited, this is from your DM. And now we know that the messages are real and Drake lied to us. He lied to us all, and he lied to us through Akademiks, who holds him down. You know, he dies on the hill about Drake every time, so I just don't understand why he would cross him. So, I have some of the messages pulled up here, and I'd like to read some of them, and I'd like to review them because I think that it's entertaining, and it's intriguing to see some of the things that were said in the messages. So, he said, "You asking me to post a tape about this is Drake. You asking me to post a tape about you ratting on people, G. I just really don't come from a family or a friend group or a city where that's acceptable. I live by a code, and that's become law. We all just gotta deal with our own ish off of here. Not telling you to be no super gangster or telling you what to do, but it made me feel super weird that you would think I would be into supporting that type of shit." So Chris responded and said, "A Nick tried to play with me on some gay while I was designing his collection and styling him. I didn't go, and then he sent two niggas to my crib to suppress the secret. That's not ratting, champ. I survived the hit and he had money on my head, so I spoke up." So that's pretty much what his whole issue is about. He's saying that he was actually assaulted by Stefon Diggs, and he's exposing him, and he's trying to get Drake to basically, corroborate this story. So Drake says to him again, after he told him a little bit more details, Drake proceeds not to care. He said, "I mean, I don't know no details. I'm just showing you outside perception. I think there's better ways to go about it, in my opinion. Me and Universal is like if Nike was funding a campaign about LeBron cheating on his wife. Not Adidas or Reebok, Nike, the company he been with since he started. My situation not no street ish. Everybody that Everybody before me that tried the label was so eccentric that they wrote them off as crazy and never tried to pay for their sins and mistakes. I'm gonna change that and make the building a safer space for every artist moving forward. Your issue is personal and involves violence, and I think the way you're doing it makes you look crazy. That's just my opinion." So I have now that I reread Drake's statement, I honestly see what he's trying to do. It's a big, big bite to take. Like I don't know if he might have too much dip on his chip thinking that he can go against this record label and make it a safer space for everybody else because the cycle continues and this has been going on long before you. You must think that you're bigger than the program, and I don't think that you are. I think that what might end up happening is that you get a reality check, then you fade into the dust, and they erase all your accolades by giving them to somebody else and quickly making somebody surpass your streaming numbers, quickly making somebody surpass your sales because that's just how the industry works. And I thought that because you have been in the industry long enough that you would know, like you play along or you get the fuck on. So this stunt that you're pulling, it's good for history if it works out. But it's bad for your career and it's bad for any ties or anything that you plan on doing because they're going to try to blackball you. They're not going to try to blackball you. They're going to blackball you because, like I said, you're not bigger than the program. You are Drake. Oh, the number one rapper, greatest rapper of history right now as it stands. But you don't think they'll quickly find another nigga that monkey see, monkey do? Please. And the last nigga that did something spectacular that was out of the box that he ain't had no business doing is in jail. Anyways, let me move on. So, and so it kind of was like the least important part because Drake and LeBron got wrapped in. But when these messages got exposed, he was originally trying to expose Stefon Diggs. This is Stefon Diggs, everybody. Get a look at him. He's very handsome, very fine. I do feel like he looks great. I do. I wouldn't lie to you. The problem is that I actually like men, and this man here on the left says he does not. He claims that Stefon took a licking to his ear and tried to give him a dicking, but he disappeared. I'm trying to tell you something, and just listen to me. I'm trying to tell you the story that this man said. So it said he accused Stefon of drugging him and trying to have sex with him. Claims it played part in him getting jumped. They likely wanted my mouth closed as the closet receiver. I mean, it's 2025. I don't know why he would be closeted and licking on people's ear, but I guess I kind of get it because DL wave will never die. Like, these DLs will forever stay DL. They want to die on that hill, that this facade that they're not gay, but they're freaky. I mean, Stefon don't look like he needs to be doing all of that. I do believe the story is true. That's just my belief. But I mean, he cute. I don't really think that he would need this to be sitting here licking people's ears if a nigga don't want his ear licked. Okay. But he probably did it. I wouldn't put it past none of you Hollywood basketball up and down Joanna man basketball court ass niggas. So the story is kind of boring, but the final cherry on Tapiana was LeBron getting dragged in and somehow getting exposed for messing with this girl that you see on this picture here in the corner. Her name is Yes Jules. So, just gonna sum it up here because I'm so tired of this story, even though this is what the whole episode is about. I'm so tired of this story because I pretty much know that everybody's guilty and everybody did what they've been accused of or exposed of doing in the messages. But it seems, allegedly, I still gotta put the allegedly, but I'm convinced. Um, so Drake exposed LeBron in the messages saying that he had particular activities going on, which would mean that he was cheating on his wife while he was partying with Drake in Canada on different occasions. And so that, caused concern for the internet once they got a hold of it. And they were able to pinpoint a girl who they're convinced that he was cheating with. And her name is Yes Jules. And they're talking about, hush money and all of these other things and kind of connecting the dots on why they think what they think. And Akademiks kind of dug himself a little hole by saying that he believes that LeBron was cheating and kind of painting a hypothetical story without covering himself and alleging these things. He kind of said it matter-of-factly. But either way, the reason why these allegations kind of hold weight is because Drake was casually just running his mouth and it came up that LeBron might potentially be cheating. So everybody found that interesting. If you just talking to somebody and you say, yeah, when we was doing freak shit and this nigga was doing freak shit with me, but he got a wife. Well, then we call that an exposure. Now we have to figure out how LeBron's going to handle it. People are saying that he should sue Akademiks, but I don't think he should. It's kind of like with the Jaguar right thing. When you sue someone, you kind of give validity to their claims, or And even if you don't give validity to the claims, you breathe brand new life into the claims. And so I don't think that that's something that LeBron ought to do right now, especially because I don't think Akademiks will go on this campaign of keep repeating it. But he did say some very, very harrowing things. And I need him to be careful. We all got to be careful now that we see how these lawsuits is getting thrown around here all willy-nilly. All willy-damn-nilly. And I do mean willy-damn-nilly. Like, because you can get it. I mean, they just giving them out at this point. You can get sued for anything. Just for, I mean, don't say that. You can't even talk about celebrities anymore. I mean, nothing's fair game at all. And I'm confused about that. So, I talked about everything with Drake, LeBron, Chris Blake Griffin, Stefon Diggs, and Akademiks. They all got wrapped up in that mess. You see how messy shit get? That's why I say Drake is messy. Y'all got to watch Drake. He's messy. How did he get everybody all wrapped up in this? And I understand that he's not the one that exposed the messages, but it's what was said in the messages. Why was you saying that? You was spilling all straight tea. And you didn't think that that was going to come out. But guess what? That's why you can't run your mouth like that, because it's out. And you going to think that just because you said it, we going to think that it was a kiki and a cackle. No, we know the truth now. Exposed. All five of y'all. All five of them. So, Lil Baby this Gunna again, and I think he need to worry about us liking that music more than he worry about keep dissing this nigga that's minding his business. You keep calling him all of these rats, and you keep worrying about him. Stop speaking on him. Leave him alone. Young Thug ain't even mad about it. Young Thug begging and pleading to talk to the nigga. The nigga who he supposed to have ratted on wants to talk to him. And you going out of your way to continue to diss him a whole album later. Meanwhile, we questioning whether or not we still fucking with you. Don't you have bigger fish to fry, my boy? That's where I stand at with the whole Lil Baby dissing Gunna thing. Like, I'm tired of you keep dissing them, because it's like, you diss niggas when you doing well. You diss niggas when you at the top of your game. You don't diss niggas when you struggling and you scrambling and you scraping for us to absorb what you putting out. You calling him a rap, but his music doing better than yours. You need to be in the studio and stop. You know, if you ain't going to snitch, then you need to, okay, go to the studio and hold on to your truth and hold it there. You get what I'm saying? The nigga free. He free. He ratted, if you want to call it that, but it is what it is. We moved over. The general public don't care. And when you a civilian and you ain't no hood nigga, you ain't got no business being in that anyway. That's what he said in his statement. If you listen to the statement, if you really read some shit, nigga. I'm tired of Lil Baby dissing Gunna. I like Lil Baby, but he's starting to piss me off with that, and I just need him to do something else. It's not good PR. It give hater, and it give lame. And then on top of that, I really wanted to clock some tea and say that when he came into the game, I felt like him and Gunna both came up at the same time. A lot of people couldn't even tell the difference between who they was. If you wasn't from that scene in Atlanta, or you wasn't from their area, you didn't know the difference between Lil Baby and Gunna like that, because they both had the same sound. I heard the nigga said that Gunna taught him how to rap. How you out here dissing a nigga that taught you how to rap, whether he a rat or not? This nigga actually taught you how to rap. Now, I don't know if he really said that. I heard that, but if you ever said that this man taught you how to rap, you have no business dissing him, because you make money off of rapping. Didn't even know how to do it before you met him. But you want to keep calling him a rat every chance you get. Chill. Ain't even rat on you. You going harder than me, and they got ratted on. Like, so that's my take on Lil Baby. And I feel like evidently he must have was using Gunna for clout, because we wasn't going to be talking about his album like that otherwise if it wasn't for the fact that you threw some more shots and you made it more messy. You made it messy again so that we would come back and pay some attention to it, because nobody was worrying about you. Nobody was talking about Lil Baby right now. I'm just keeping it a stack. 150. Let me see, because I got one more topic on here, but topics go pretty quick when I ain't being messy and extra. I want to do the Juicy Dream Awards. but I didn't have a person already picked out to give it to, and I also need to do the pussy tuner privilege. Oh, I know exactly who I'm gonna give it to. I'm gonna split it up. I'm gonna give it. It's for the same thing, same event, but two different people. So I'm gonna split it up. One gonna get one award, and the other one gonna get the other one. Oh, I gave her that last week. Oh well, she'll be alright. She won't get it again though. Yeah, that's how I'm coming. So my last topic is um two topics or one topic. I don't know how I feel about it, but the last topic is going to be about Megan Thee Stallion getting this restraining order against Tory Lanez. I think everybody pretty much kind of had similar sentiments on it that I know. Most of the people that I know is like, well, if he in jail, then why do you need a 5 year restraining order? Because the restraining order would be up before he even gets out of jail. So if that was the case, then he would be able to be around you by the time that he does get out of jail. But I think people are also just kind of getting tired of Megan and all of these court games because it's kind of just like a snitch bitch type of thing. And I get it because, you can't really say that about a victim. You don't really want to shame anybody that's been hurt, but I think people are just very tired of the consistent running to the law, running to the law, running to the law. And every time that Tory make a song, or every time that Tory make a post, or every time that Tory even breathed the wrong way, you got another lawsuit for him. You got another restraining order. You got another, oh, I think he's going to shoot me again. And it's just like, I'm tired. I think me and most of the people are tired. We want music. We want you to focus on what it is that you need to focus on. Like, I've always been an advocate for Megan when it comes to her music and when it comes to all of that. But when it comes to all of this, keep trying to beat down this black man and keep trying to put your foot in this black man's neck while he in jail serving his time for something. And I think that it's all because you're mad about public opinion. You're mad that some people don't believe that he shot you. And people don't have to. I feel like when she accepts that, when she accepts the fact that people don't have to believe what happened that night, her events of what her version of events of what happened that night, I think that she will gain so much clarity and peace. There are people who truly do believe that Kelsey did it. There are people who believe that you were the one who had it in your hands. There are people who believe that he did it but still don't care. So it's just like, I think that you kind of have to find some sort of closure because they keep running back and dragging other people into it to kind of satisfy this need of, oh, I want to prove my point. It's never going to work. People are going to believe what they want to believe. They either believe what you said or they don't believe you because you lied a lot. So I was going to, matter of fact, let me show this clip of, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I'm not going to play that. That's a little bit extreme. Oh, yeah, I didn't know he said that. Okay, but I'll play this clip of Joe Button. They say Joe Button reacted to her filing a lawsuit. A restraining order against Tory Lanez.
Defamatory attacks through bloggers, including Elizabeth Milagro Cooper. I don't know what that is.
Oh, you're saying for the phone call.
Milagro. Milagro. Oh,
yeah. You can do that?
I didn't know you can do that. You can file while somebody's in prison?
That's it. He can't come by you.
This lady is... Come on, man.
I guess when he get out, ain't getting deported, so...
And it's 9 years from now.
And he getting deported.
He never get out 9 years.
And he smoked that DDG track.
Restraining order 5 years, but he don't get out for 9 years.
He sent that DDG track to fucking hell the other day.
I was gonna play that shit as a sleeper the other day. He went crazy.
Nah, he did eat that track up too.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did the Milagro girl do to Meg? What is she doing? Is she saying things about her? We can't talk about it?
I don't know. My name is Bennett.
Got it. Okay, cool.
My name is Bennett. I ain't in it. Anytime I say something about Milagro, I get the next 3 months of fucking
Okay, cool.
Well, I'm going to pause it. Let me pause it. I'm going to say what I got to say because I'm not Joe Button and my platform not big enough. So since it ain't that big, I'm just going to go ahead and motherfucker say it. Like, I just personally feel like it's bullshit. I said it, rip the Band-Aid off, but how do we feel about it? I feel like she's being sued because everybody knows, if you know who Milagro is, you know that Milagro from day one has been on Tory's side. But I don't think that you could sue somebody for taking the other person's side. Yes, you said that he shot you, but he said that he didn't. And then things played out how they played out, and you weren't truthful 100% of the way. So how can you be so upset with the public, let alone a blogger, for following the case, following the story, not believing you, and advocating for Tory's freedom? It's weird, and it's like you want to punish Tory because everybody doesn't believe you. It's kind of like it's a part of being famous, just like with the whole Rihanna thing. When Rihanna got assaulted, we questioned whether or not, what happened. Did she grab his nuts? Did she give him herpes? These are the stories that were told. When Sierra first came out, everybody was like Sierra was a hermaphrodite. Like, you are a celebrity. Like, people don't believe that you got shot. Like, so what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You need to be focused on putting out good music and solidifying yourself as a rap legend. You don't need to be worrying about this traumatic experience that happened 4 years ago that you swear every chance you get that you healed from. You can't heal from something when every time you turn around you keep trying to get into legal entanglements with your alleged abuser, assailant. I think we're all tired, and I think the reason why we're tired is because she not tired. After all this time, you would think that you would literally move on from this, regardless of who's saying what, who feel like what, who's doing what. This whole situation has been a negative impact on your life. Leave it in the past. You dragging it with you, and you dragging it with you, and bag lady, you gon' hurt your motherfucking back. I'm telling you. And it's really coming from a place of disappointment. Love and disappointment, but just very much disappointment because I'm a fan of the artistry, but not the chicanery in the games. And the bullshit needs to stop now. Now let me move on into a positive thing, and then we're going to wrap this up because I ain't going to be here all night. I done did it so good and so right. I'm going to see you tomorrow. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Okay, hold on. So let me get my Juicy Dream Awards. It's going to Mona Monbone. And she go by Don't Call Me White Girl, so don't call her that. And she just really, really funny, stand-up comedian, social media influencer, goes viral all the time, says the funniest shit. Very, very, just real brass, Philly, just a wholesome vibe, and she did another interview. I love how she advocates for my community, the LGBT element of PT, and and she had my current obsession on Sexy Lexy. Now, I really enjoyed this conversation. It seemed like they was like homegirls because they was chatting. She ain't really interviewed. She ain't really answered them in questions like that, but it was really good, and I love seeing good podcasts with real people because it inspires me and it keeps me going. Like, I'm just a regular person too. When I talk to people that deep, people from around the way, from around the hood, we all try. I ain't get Nicki Minaj yet. I ain't get, the rappers over there, the NBA young boys and the, the streamer vibes, how they get the most popular person right now. We're not there yet, but we're going to get there. And so I feel like people like Don't Call Me White Girl inspire me because she came from just making viral videos on Facebook and seeing, they was always doing numbers, but she was just doing numbers at her crib. Now it's giving collab. She could collab with anybody that she want because she has solidified herself and made that name. If I want you to come over here and have a conversation, you respect me and you respect what I built enough to come and to build your platform as well. That's what I'm working towards. So I love that. Now, for the Pussy Tuner privilege, I'm going to give it to Sexy Lexy. She was the one who was on Don't Call Me White Girl's most recent episode. I gave her the Pussy Tuner privilege last week because she has her own podcast called Let's Address It, and it's centered around trans women and ballroom culture. And I think that that's something so dope. It's kind of like a podcast format of Paris is Burning, but also kind of infused into her funny sense of character and style, and also infused into current, with the drag queen, not the drag queens, the trans women look like now, the trans men look like now. non-binary, fashion icons. Like, she's had everybody on there. So Sexy Lexy is, a great podcaster in her own, space aside from Mona. But they came together for a collab, and it was something that I didn't know that I needed, but I'm so glad they did it. And the conversations was entertaining to me. So that was the positive out of this week, because everything was pretty messy. We had the fires, and then we got all this stuff with Drake getting in trouble, Akademiks and Lebron getting in trouble, Stefon getting exposed, Millie getting sued, Tory, Megan getting sued. I mean, everybody's getting sued. All this crazy stuff going on. Beyonce decided not to put her announcement out because she said, well, Dad, I need y'all money, so I ain't going to put it out when everybody lost their home. I'm going to give y'all a month, shuffle that up, and then I need my 120. Then I need my 250, 500. I don't know how much them tickets is going to go for this time around. But, yeah, so that's it for everything, you guys. I guess I got to do an affirmation. Keep everything consistent. What will I say? Keep everything consistent. I know that's like a cop-out, but I really do feel like keep everything consistent. Well, what about like slow and steady wins the race, or at one step, one day at a time? I don't know. Everything's so cliche, but basically what I want to get at is like the consistency matters. Taking it one day at a time matters. Like the small wins add up to like a great milestone. So I keep telling myself that because you have to repeat things to yourself when you want to believe it and you want to make it your reality. Like, this is me now. I need this to be a constant, a consistent thing for me, a routine, a habit, a second nature. That's kind of where I am with my things. And so I feel like whatever you're doing, what your passion is, or what you most invested in right now, prioritize, stay consistent, take it one day at a time, and keep stacking up them small wins. You heard me? Okay. Other than that, I love y'all. I'll see y'all on the next episode, and keep it juicy.
I love Juicy Dreams podcast. Period.